Puff wanted to give Biggie the biggest funeral ever.
There were about 147 times that I woke up in his bed not remembering.
We grew up with. So I knew all the rock songs.
So this Diddy documentary, 50 Cent put together, this thing is so popular.
For somebody in New York, musician-wise, ever. And if you was around during that time, the funeral was crazy. You know,
That it's hard to tell what is real and what is not. I feel like people are just coming on YouTube or whatever social media platform you may be consuming and just saying stuff.
The darkest, most disturbing one that we have in this episode. So I want to go through it. This is the She Knows by J. Cole theory, which this theory has a dark connection to like Hollywood and the inner workings of it. And it got steam like years ago.
And being that is Diddy, you could basically say whatever about him and people will believe it. It's like he's just a magnet for all the dirt, all the slandering that you could say about somebody. Diddy attracts that, and they are believable.
But it recently got picked up again after Diddy's trial and everything that happened with Diddy, because this does revolve around Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. And I'll take you through this. This was written by Kaya Wagner, who's a writer for The Snapper. So
it's, yeah, like this is not a Diddy bash. This is not to stick up for Diddy. This is none of that. I'm just saying what is going on surrounding the fact that 50 Cent decided to, release this to Netflix. I feel like so many people are saying things. You have Cam.
up sore, and you stayed. And now you telling niggas about how you was drugged and woke up sore. And Diddy say, had a hell of a night, daddy, huh? I'm not laughing at this. Yo. Nigga said, I want to party with you, daddy. We ain't
for The Snapper. So she says that he released a song She Knows in 2013.
Yes.
And 11 years later, people are discovering that it has a dark connection to Hollywood. For years, fans thought that She Knows was either about a girlfriend knowing that she was being cheated on by J. Cole, or that it was about the other woman that she was ultimately finding out that she was the mistress of J. Cole.
Okay, that's the storyline that we all know and love, correct?
Snake my people.
Definitely covering this topic extensively. Like, he has a video out there that is over an hour long, just covering this conversation about Puff Daddy and the lawsuits, the Cassie situation, and then 50 Cent being the one to air out all the skeletons in Diddy's closet, if I could say that. But one thing I have kind of noticed since the documentary dropped, so many people have something to say about the situation. I don't know if they're saying it from a place of good. I don't know if they're saying it from because they have some grudges against Diddy. I'm not sure if it's just because this is just great content. Like, if this is #1 on Netflix, Diddy definitely hits jackpot. I'm sure he's probably making a whole lot of money from Puff Daddy's misery right now. I'm sure he doesn't. I mean, he's a producer. Like, he's into the movies now,
37 times that I woke up in his bed not remembering what happened. Diddy was cuddling me, wearing only a top hat that said anal virginity thief, and as I looked up at the flashing sign above my head that said Rod's ass is my ass, he began pulling household items out of my rectum. I knew something was a little off about those 2 years of unpaid studio sessions where we lived together on his boat, but I've never made a record before, so I just thought maybe it's part of the process to be forced to pose for photos with him wearing matching I'm with penetrated t-shirts with arrows pointing at each other.
If it was not 50 Cent, somebody else would have probably done it if they had the kind of material 50 Cent had. And I don't know if people pointing or looking at 50 like, oh, you should not help the powers that be.
Pointing at each other, which were actually somewhat difficult to take off, by the way, since both of our nipples had been pierced and fused together with multiple Prince Albert chains. I remember one night when I was lying naked on the kitchen table while him and his sons were eating sushi off my body, thinking, was this regular protocol for a hip-hop album? Like, is it par for the course for an artist to walk in on you while you're on the toilet and straddle you face to face wearing nothing but a toilet paper turban and try to pee on your dump through the space between your legs, whispering snitches get dickens into your ear? But again, there was no way for me to know at the time, so...
Yo, listen. Except for that part. You should have, listen, right. And not laughing at this. And Diddy say, have stayed. And now you telling niggas about
bring another black man down. I don't know if that is a narrative I'm hearing, especially from, I'm not sure if that's what Dim Dash said, but Dim Dash is definitely, doesn't matter what Diddy did, he's not gonna help you get him, basically. He's not gonna be the one ratting him out. Kind of like, the whole street code and whatever, right? But one thing I would say is, if it was another producer, especially somebody from another community, not the black community, who decided to put this documentary together, it would be praised, it would be praised, it would just be praised, and the guy would make all...
The fuck you mean you woke up sore and you stayed? And now you telling niggas about how you was drugged and woke up sore. And Diddy say, had a hell of a night, daddy, huh?
Get all the accolade he deserves, but the fact that it's 50 Cent, you know, his skin complexion look like that of Diddy, people have, it's just mixed reviews, like it's mixed opinions. You have those who are saying, oh my God, you should know what Diddy did is wrong. You know, you have the Ja Rules who thinks P. Diddy is a snitch. He thinks he was once a snitch and he's always gonna be a snitch. He's always gonna be a rat, whatever it is. Is this actually, can you actually consider this ratting? Because at the end of the day, what the situation surrounding Diddy is public information. You know, everybody was consuming what the media had to share, as much as 50 Cent was, except, you know, people saying 50 Cent's grudge towards Diddy is far deeper. I'm sure they probably have their, you know, whatever it is that they have between them. And allegedly, it revolves around a woman who was dealing with 50 and now, and ended up started dealing with Diddy, you know, it's just crazy. Like, I'm not gonna say anything about the women because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to, no, nothing against women, nothing at all. But the fact that these two guys are, you know, dragging themselves all the way down. I wouldn't say these two guys are dragging themselves.
He said, I want to party with you, daddy. We ain't party yet.
All the way down. P. Diddy try to act like he has love for 50. And the 50, he's not going to hide how he feels. He cannot even hide how he feels. There's no way you can have love for somebody and reveal everything they would not want the public to know about them. So I'm sure 50 Cent does not have love for Diddy. You know, it doesn't matter. But Diddy try to act like, oh, 50 love me, 50 love me. I've heard him say that in a few, you know, talk shows or whatever. BET. Not BET, I think it was Breakfast Club. But the truth is, these two people are not getting along. And it's just funny how the media, everyone is covering this. Like, what I mean, when he was going through trial, it was covered by everybody. Like, everybody was like, content creators was going crazy. The views YouTube was giving these videos that was created about Diddy and Cassie, they were getting big views. And now he was found, you know, I wouldn't say, I mean, he kind of won the case when you look at it from a certain extent. Like, to some people, Diddy definitely didn't win that case, you know, because I know there's a lot of people that want to see him rot in jail, like, never come out, never see the day of light, you know. So when you're looking at it from that standpoint, Diddy did win the case, you know. But one thing I have observed is the fact that this 50 Cent's documentary about Puff Daddy is getting just as much attention as much as the video that surfaced when Diddy hit Cassie, if not even getting more attention, because that video got a lot of attention and it got everybody talking. And I feel like this is one of the most popular things right now when it comes to news, besides what is going on in the world and the war and, you know, Venezuela and the US, they have their little shit going on. But besides that, this is the biggest thing in the news right now, this 50 Cent documentary about Puff Daddy. Anyhow though, like I'm saying, I'm still watching this, I'm still digesting it, I'm just putting this video together to say, like, everybody seems to have something to say about this, right? But one thing I would say is just be careful what you're consuming, because there's some things that are true, there's some things that are false, there's some things that are just made up, and I feel like right now people can make up anything bad and just say Diddy did this and it will be believed. So you can speak there and judge Diddy all you want, you know. I'm just saying, like, I'm not over here sticking for him, but the kind of power and the kind of money this guy had, right? I'm sure if you give that to everybody, or if you give that kind of money and that kind of power to anybody, it would reveal the true content of their character. And I feel like that is what kind of happened with Puff Daddy. So everybody out here who is bashing him, who is to say you wouldn't do worse if you were exposed to that amount of money, that amount of influence, and that amount of power, popularity, you know? So we can sit here and judge Diddy all day. Yeah, what he did is fucked up, you know? But I'm just saying, you know, look at yourself in the mirror and just say, like, if you had everything that Diddy had, I can guarantee you a lot of you guys who are pointing fingers at him would be worse. Anyhow, thanks for watching the video. Like if you like, comment if you have something to say, share if you want. Respect.
I really like this. I really like